Many congratulations on your 25 years long service award. Can you tell us how you got into fostering in the first place 25 years ago?
At that time, my husband and I were both working full-time, and we read a notice in a funny little entranceway to a village hall or something like that about shared care at that time, which was particularly with children with disabilities, and that's what piqued our interest. We didn't have children ourselves then, we just got married, but we thought it was something we could do, and it was interesting, and we found out a bit more about it. So we started off looking after children who lived with their own families, but they had some disabilities, and they would come to us sort of once a month, once every 6 weeks, to give their families time to do stuff with their other children, and that's how we got into it. So never went into it with the idea of mainstream fostering at that time. That was, not even in our thoughts, I don't think. We then had our own children, took a little step back for a bit, and then when our own children were little, we got one of those calls. Would you mind just having a mother and baby for 6 weeks? And then we ended up keeping the baby for about 2 years and moving her back to her family, and then we got more into mainstream fostering at that point.
So I'm sure you've had many highlights over those 25 years. What kind of stands out in your mind?
I think a lot of the standout things are actually keeping in touch with the children who've moved on. That's amazing, because when they're with you, you're not always sure you're helping, doing the right thing, but actually they've kept in touch. We've sort of had relationships that have then built over by messages and phone, and then they've come back to visit and come back to stay, and we look after a little baby sometimes from one of them now as a little, help her out. So that's really lovely, because then you realise that what you did do a few years before actually had an impact.
What advice maybe would you give to somebody that's thinking about it but a little bit worried about making the next step?
I think there's lots of different ways you can foster. You can work full-time and just foster in at holidays and weekends and help out in small ways. You don't have to sort of go into it fully committed full-time straight away. Lots of different types of children, lots of different age ranges. So it's about being able to provide stability and consistency really for the young people and the children. Explore around, ask people, because you'll probably find there are more people out there that do foster that you might not know. Ask people if they know anybody, chat to them, things like that. Even talking to people who've adopted children can help as well understand. And the children do have trauma. Then they have challenges, but that's part of the support you get to learn about that, to help manage them. So I think, if you're interested, then find out and talk to people like yourselves, because I know there's lots of people out there now who are keen to get people into fostering and talk about it.
Thank you so much, Alex, for speaking to us today, and congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.